Oh, hello. This week in Breaking News a Recap, we won't be covering
Liam Neeson retiring from action movies,
saying goodbye to the Saturn satellite,
internet villains and Hillary's hair,
the new iPhone,
Trump working with Democrats,
the Russian investigation heating up,
Australians eating more kangaroo,
rain in the Middle East,
that burning sensation when
From the best news headquarters in the world, this is Breaking News a Recap with Wesley Newfarmer and Jessica Pratt.
Good evening and welcome to Breaking News a Recap. I'm Wesley Newfarmer and this is Jessica Pratt.
You know, I can say my own name.
Yeah, but doesn't it sound better when I say it? Jessica Pratt?
Jessica Pratt. It does.
On with the news. Gay rights activist Edith Windsor, whose same-sex marriage fight led to the landmark US ruling ending the Defense of Marriage Act, has died at age 88. After just a few years of seeing what legal marriage actually looks like, it seems she preferred death.
Starbucks wants to sell you a sushi burrito with your frappuccino. So to all our Japanese and Mexican viewers, we apologize.
I'm wondering if with wasabi, they'll finally start to spell my name right.
If a coffee shop from Seattle butchering a classic national dish wasn't bad enough, Mexico also suffered a major earthquake this week. Ever since Trump reversed Obama's decision and pulled out of the Paris Accord, we've seen 2 hurricanes, major floods, and extreme wildfire. It's pretty much Mother Nature's version of that mic drop.
Equifax, a popular credit scoring company, announced that over 143 million people have had their accounts hacked, giving away information like social security numbers, names, addresses, favorite Skittle flavor. So if you thought having a bad credit rating was the worst thing to ever happen to you, see how you feel after some casual identity theft. Jessica, does your husband let you have a credit card?
Well, in today's modern world, anybody can get a credit card.
Anybody? Even a woman?
Even people who can't pay it off.
Really? That's interesting. We'll write that down. Canadian politician Jagmeet Singh showed the world what a class act he was when a woman stormed his event and yelled racist insults towards him regarding the Muslim Brotherhood and Sharia law. Singh, who is Sikh and not Muslim, encouraged the crowd of supporters to chant love and courage and told the woman that she herself was loved. Even Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was heard saying, "Damn, that's smooth. Please don't run against me."
The same-sex marriage postal vote has begun in Australia, and apparently there are already flaws in the system. Reports have emerged of residents receiving multiple ballots due to address confusion and translucent envelopes. Then there are the young people who like to post everything on social media, jeopardizing their own vote by posting it on social media. It seems the novelty of using a postbox will be what eventually destroys democracy.
Speaking of all things gay, scientists at Stanford University have found a computer algorithm that can identify if a person is gay just from a photograph of his or her face. The only photographs that seemed to confuse the system were of females who play sports because, well, you know.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, females who are also journalists as well.
One time in college. Mental health experts say that ultra-healthy diets can have a negative impact on those at risk of eating disorders. Meanwhile, another new study has found people who are overweight but fit are actually not healthy at all. And the most important food study this week determines that it's close to impossible to eat a donut without licking your lips. Now, to find out more, let's cross to our own Wesley Newfarmer. Interesting and informative. I think we can all take something away from that.
Former presidential candidate and so-called family man Ted Cruz has been busted liking a hardcore porn link on social media. The news came as a shock to all, but none more so than his kids, who up until this point were told they were the product of immaculate conception.
Speaking of all things religious, Pope Francis injured himself this week after slamming his head into the Popemobile. A fair warning that this is what can happen when you get behind the wheel after a few too many blood of Christs.
That's why I always get an Uber.
Amen to that.
And now, on to the weather. Thousands of gun owners in Florida were told not to shoot down Hurricane Irma after a Facebook prank went viral. Police were astonished anyone would want to shoot at Irma, given that her name sounds so white. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. If you liked our show, click that button. Tell your friends. Help us get the word out. If you didn't, maybe this will help.
Good chocolate, or no, the moose. Moose, the moose, and good, the chocolate, On the bush.
Tune in next week for more breaking news a few days after it actually happens. Good timing. I'm going to make Jerry's birthday party after all.
Jerry, my uncle?
Nope. It's just a small thing. Close family and good friends.